this tutorial we're going to cover how we download Micromanager for the Jenoptik Gryphax series. So the first thing to note is that you can only do this with an API version of 69 at the current point of creating the video, and you can check this by going to the About Micromanager section in the software once you've downloaded it. The specific version that we tell you to download in the links in the video and also in this walkthrough that we have created is the correct API version. So if you just use the link provided, then you'll make sure you've got the right version number. So the first thing we've got to do is download Micromanager. The link is in the description, or you can use the walkthrough and just click the link. I now have my Micromanager version set up in the downloads folder, so I'm just going to go ahead and double click it, and this will bring up the setup for Micromanager. Okay, so we're going to run through the setup. It's kind of a bog standard setup for any kind of software, so just run through, clicking next and then install. And we're not going to launch Micromanager because we're now going to install the drivers and the software for the Jenoptik Gryphax series. So following on from the walkthrough, we're now going to download the Gryphax installer. So we're just going to go ahead and click direct download. Okay, so now the installer has launched. We're just going to click OK to the language. Next, I agree. Next. And then here we're going to make sure we select our Micromanager 64-bit version. If you go along here, 64-bit, we don't need the 32-bit, and click next. So this is important here. We're directing it to our Micromanager location folder, and at the minute it's thinking that it's going to be Micromanager 1.4. We've got Micromanager 2.2 installed, so we're just going to go ahead and browse for that folder. So if you followed along with me with the same download link, you'll have this here, Micromanager 2 Gamma. If you've used a different version, this may be different, and also if your file structure isn't quite the same, this also may be different. So we're just going to go ahead, and this is the correct one for my current version of Micromanager, and then click next. If you already had Gryphax installed when you wanted to install Micromanager, there is no worry about this. You simply continue, and when you get to this page here, you simply select or deselect the Micromanager folder and then do the install again. So now we're going to set up Micromanager. You can find the folder with a similar file path to this. It'll be in the program files folder. The Micromanager and the version may change, and we're just going to double click on the image J. We're going to allow access. So once image J pops up, you may get a reminder to put your name, institution, and email. For now, we'll just click later. Now we have the configuration window popping up, and we're going to click default user and set the hardware configuration file to none, and then we're going to click OK. So now we have Micromanager popping up. We're now going to click devices, hardware configuration wizard, and that's just going to load. We're going to create a new configuration. We're going to head down to our dig SDK. There it is. And we're going to use the dig SDK camera. Click add. Then click OK. And we can see it's added there. Leaving all settings as default, we're just going to click next. 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 And now we're going to choose where to save our configuration file. So save this somewhere you will remember. So I've just saved it in my documents folder and called it config. And now we're going to click finish. So now we can open Micromanager from the desktop. And we're going to be sure to click our configuration that we made earlier. Okay, so now we are loaded in. And if we try to take a snap, here we are. I've just got my camera set up to a simple macro lens, so currently we're staring at the ceiling, but it gives you an idea of what you can expect. And then if we click live, I'll be able to put my hand above, there we go. You can see that it's running in Micromanager. And you've got some controls down here, so we can cancel the live, and we can send something to the album. Discard.